Welcome back, folks. When we got here, we were at North Mason Stadium. However, we've had interesting ceremony here at halftime, and North Mason Stadium is now Phil Pugh Stadium in honor of the North Mason High School football coach from 1974 through 2009. He did take a few years off between 98 and 2004, but great ceremony here honoring Coach Pugh, and a lot of his former players coming out and saying hello. It was kind of a nice thing, Kitty.
Well, and not only did he coach football, he coached track for them here, so they've known him around here for a long time.
Yeah, it was a really good ceremony. They had players from 74 all the way through 2009, and of course the 82 1A championship team, the quarterback from that team was up here speaking.
And the fact that now I've forgotten exactly what I was going to say. It'll come to me eventually.
That's okay. Well, we did get to talk with our friend from the Kitsap Sun about some statistics.
Yes, Nate Joyce was up here in the booth, and he told us that it's been not a happy quarter or half for North Mason. They were at -7 yards by the time they were done. Number 40 actually had 9 positive yards. They had the ball 5 times, all 3 and outs, no first downs.
Tommy Marsh, number 40, with the positive yardage.
Correct. And then North Kitsap had, they started out the game with 9 plays for 21 points. Number 6, Milliard, was 5 for 7 and 85 yards on passes, 1 TD and 1 hard luck interception. Number 35, McCorkle, was 2 for 56 on rushes. Dan Mitchell was 4 for 46. And number 18 was
Cody Golden,
10 for 13, but he had several receptions as well, so it's the overall line that he gets.
Those 10 for 13 are those hard, honest, up the middle yards, which have paid off huge for this North Kitsap Vikings offense, because it made North Mason crowd the center, and then that opened up the outside passing and running game for the Vikings.
And with the score 31-0, Nate reminded me of how the mercy rule works in Washington State football. At any point in the second half, if one team goes ahead by 40, they will then run a continuous clock, which will be stopped, I believe, on timeouts, and changeover of ball is the only time, change of possession are the only times that they stop it. Even if the one team starts a comeback, they do not start. They don't change it. It is a continuous clock.
Okay, thank you, Kitty. Again, I'm Brent Wooler, joined in the booth by Kitty Campagna, and we are live at Phil Pugh Stadium in North Mason, the Belfair area out in Mason County, Washington. This is live high school football, September 16th, 2011. North Kitsap Vikings traveling all the way to North Mason High School to take on the North Mason Bulldogs. And right now, as we get set to start the second half, the Bulldogs find themselves in a hole, 31-0 to the Vikings. Kitty, what changes, if any, can Coach Beavers of the Bulldogs make to try to get something positive going here in the second half?
Well, it had to be a really tough locker room at halftime. These guys have not scored yet this year. So just to get them to continue to go out on that field is the first thing he's got to do. And he's got to have a plan. If he sounds as if he doesn't have a plan, then he's going to lose some soldiers awfully quick. These guys are good athletes. They've been very successful in some other sports. It's just getting them to gel, and
they seem tentative to me all night. They seem tentative, whether on offense or defense, and the trench war is definitely being lost by the Bulldogs. Also, we'd like to take a moment, thanks to our friends up here, PA announcer Bill Geyer and his spotter Tom Higgins. Bill Geyer, also the baseball coach for North Mason. And the referees for tonight's game, John Denis is the referee, the white hat. The umpire, Brent Goldrick. The headlinesman, Kevin Weimer. The line judge, Leo Covey. The back judge, Fred Perkins.
And it was when you mentioned the North Kitsap traveling here that I remembered what I was going to say. The person who traveled farthest for Coach Pugh came all the way from Chicago.
Chicago. So we get set for the second half kickoff, and we are back underway. The duo. Oh, let the ball, both of your returners
Bulldogs will start the ball at
And
the
that
20.
would be Rennie and Hunter allowing the ball to go between them into the end zone. I think they each thought the other guy was going to pick it up, maybe?
Well, and we've watched one pick it off from the other earlier this evening, so hopefully this at least gives them a start at the 20. They've had some muffs and some problems on receiving those kickoffs, so this is actually the best starting position they've
Bulldogs
had on one
start
of
first and
those.
10 from the 20.
And the quarterback in for the Bulldogs. Rennie under center. I look for him to try to bounce it outside, Kitty. Maybe make something happen that way. Look like a muffed
Rennie on the
handoff on the
keeper
left
for about
side, but
5.
Rennie's going to make the best of it and power ahead for a gain of 4.
Brent, you and those binoculars are picking up some
Ben
good stuff,
Berkemer
but
on the stop for
I
the
thought
Vikings.
the same thing.
Rennie looked to hand it off on his left side, and to his amazement,
No one was there?
The runner had already run by him,
Quarterback,
so
Brody
he had to
Stromberg
pull
in the
her in
backfield.
and plow ahead for 4. Nice gain on a broken play, and then the snap, it's fumbled.
Fumbled snap will bring up 3rd down.
Looks like it's going to remain with the Bulldogs.
And Rennie's he was the one who fell on it and saved it for the Bulldogs. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Really no loss on the play, no
Looks
gain.
like he actually gained a yard on that. If you fumble it forward far enough.
Yeah, it worked for the Raiders in the 70s.
There you are. They've changed some rules, I think, since then.
They have. Thou shalt not fumble forward in the last 2 minutes of the game.
There you are.
Rennie under center. Fakes the handoff, trying to bounce it outside. Too much penetration. Breaking tackles and finally goes down. Number
Rennie on the keeper, loss
52.
on the play.
Number 52, Ben Berkmer, taking him down finally, but Rennie really
Brought
fighting.
down by Hayden Berkemer.
They had him 5 yards deeper, and he
Lead
fought to
for the
get
Vikings.
somewhere near the line of scrimmage.
And he ends up losing about 3 yards. So I guess the overall positive here is they're punting on 4th and 7.
Tommy Martian to punt
the
for the
game
Bulldogs.
But once again, a 3 and out.
Again, your field goal kicker, Tommy Marsh, kicking deep to number 2, Isaiah Reese.
Isaiah Reese for the Vikings.
Good snap. Kick is underway. Nice high kick. It's going to be short. Not going to be fielded by the Vikings, I'm sure. And it'll be downed by
the
number
Bulldogs.
75. Levi Rowland.
Levi Rowland down on the ball for the Bulldogs. Vikings will start at about the 47-yard line.
So already the Vikings are in Bulldog territory. Or since this used to be Bulldog Stadium, is this now Phil Pugh's territory?
Yes. Also would like to thank Don LePerry, the down marker on the far
Tanner
side.
Coldiron.
Howard Sisson and Gary Sherbis, the Reverend Gary Sherbis.
Exactly.
Carrying the sticks for us on that far side. And now back under center is number 6, A.J. Milliard.
Quarterback for the Vikings.
2 running backs in the backfield. Milliard takes it, hands it off straight up the middle to his favorite target.
Golden. Up the
Golden
middle
for 8.
small
For
gain.
I was going to say number 18
Brody
for 1
Stromberg
yard.
with a nice tackle for the
Golden
Bulldogs.
getting the hard yards
Once
tonight
again,
for the North
he's
Kitsap
taking that
Vikings.
punishment up the middle and letting some of the other guys get the glory by going around the side.
Team effort.
Yeah, Golden is listed at 5'7", 155 pounds, just a junior.
Actually, 5'7", 150, that's pretty stocky for that height. So
It's kind of square.
yeah, yeah. And joining him in the backfield is Mitchell, number 22. And now we are going to have a stoppage.
I saw a flag.
Penalty, delay of the game on the Vikings.
And it'll be a delay of the game, 5-yard penalty.
The
Again,
Bulldog
there
managers
is no
are Evelyn
clock.
Williams and Olivia
It's the
Sanquist.
back judge simply saying, all right, time's up, run the play. Tips his hat. Milliard takes the snap, flips it again to Golden, tries to run it. He'll gain about a half yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 13 yards to go.
Nice defense by the Bulldogs on that one.
Another 1-yard gainer by poor Golden, who is getting a lot of touches, just not able to break out in the open thus far tonight.
Well, head coach of North Mason, Jeff Beavers, is assisted by Steve Anderson, Bishop Bialek, Mike Honeycutt, Elliot Wallace, and Daniel Baker.
A.J. Milliard with one back of the backfield, sends a man in motion to his right, rolling back to pass, rolling to his right, getting some pressure by the Bulldogs, and it's thrown low and incomplete. Intended target number 88.
Dunham and Hunter on the coverage.
And that was Mitch Adams, but throw a little short. Good pursuit by that Bulldog defense.
Look what's happening,
Nice
Brent.
rush on the quarterback.
We're going to get to see a punt, I believe.
I think this might be the first punt for North Kitsap as number 7, Kyler Gracie gets set to punt it.
Oh,
I
he's
think you're
there.
right. I think
Their
you're right.
all-purpose
Gracie
kicker.
back to punt.
I think you're right.
Brandon Denham deep.
I
for
think
the
you're right
Bulldogs.
that I believe this is the first punt.
We know that he has quite the leg as a field goal kicker and as a kickoff specialist.
Back deep, Brandon Dunham for the Bulldogs, and they're going to let it bounce. It's going to get a good Viking bounce and roll down and die at the 15-yard line.
Nice punt by Gracie.
And that's where these
Ball's
Bulldogs
down
will
at
take
about the
over and try to
15-yard line.
get something
Bulldogs
going
will take
on
it over.
offense here
Start second
as we are at 8:25 to go in the third quarter. Vikings leading right now 31-0.
Bulldogs finally held the Vikings once. They are in some pretty tough territory here at the 10-yard line. Just looking to see if they can get any offense at all. The one pretty play we saw was brought back by an illegal block.
And having some personnel issues are the Bulldogs. Rennie now breaks the huddle, brings his squad to the line. He's got 2 receivers wide. And actually, no, Rennie's in the backfield. New quarterback number 10 fakes his run, hands it off, fumbled, picked up by the Vikings. They're going in for the touchdown. 58 of the Vikings, Eric Betty.
For the Bulldogs with Daniel Berggraf.
New quarterback Daniel Berggraf getting confused there on the play. A lot for your first snap there, faking and then doing the option and trying to pitch out. Too much penetration by the Vikings defense, and in for the score, number 58, Eric Beatty, Beatty. I apologize if I'm butchering that.
Berggraf, just a freshman, 5'10", 140. Not your typical frame you're looking at on a quarterback.
Eric Beatty with the touchdown for the Vikings.
And I had said Rennie was in the play, but he was in the backfield as the running back. And the kick is up and
Gracie's
good,
extra point
and
is
that
good.
brings us 38 now to 0 by the Vikings. As Kitty has alluded to, if the differential goes to 40, mercy rules go into effect, and the play clock will run continuously with very few exceptions. We have 8:19 to go here in this third quarter, second half.
Unfortunately, this is very familiar territory for the North Mason Bulldogs. They lost 44-0 in their first game, 34-0 in the second. Yeah, the first one, you could blame a lot of that just on being at Safeco Field. It's not Safeco. I'm sorry, it's probably CenturyLink now,
The
isn't
Clink,
it? Yeah, the Clink. I like it.
And actually, CenturyLink has come out and said that they approve
of the Clink.
Of the Clink,
okay.
which is nice on their part. And they're in a hole because, you know, if they say they disapprove, they'll call it the Clink that much more. All right, the Vikings getting ready to kick off here as the kicker, Kyler Gracie, for North Kitsap, gets set to kick it to a new return man. Now, we have number 14 in the backfield. That's Ian Huron.
C.J. Allen.
C.J. Allen.
Deep for the Bulldogs.
Wrong team. C.J. Allen. So for some reason, Rennie is not in
Kyler
the game
Gracie
right
for
now.
the Vikings.
Not sure if maybe just taking a breather and trying out some new personnel or not.
Allen's a junior, 6'1", 145.
And a nice deep kick. Taken at the 10-yard line by our new return man.
He's got
Good
his
return.
wedge.
He's got some
That's
blockers.
C.J. Allen.
Allen past midfield. Going down the sidelines and finally
C.J.
being forced
Allen
out by
with a
number
nice return.
25,
Great game,
Conrad Huntley. And finally something positive for this North Mason squad as they get one heck of a return.
And the huge home crowd. You have all these people here cheering them on. These cheerleaders have been working it all night, no matter what their team is doing on the field. So that was a nice thing
Allen's
to see.
return all the way to 35
Maybe that's why he put Allen in, huh?
C.J. Allen, a junior, 6'1", 145. That's kind of the way I was built in high school, which is
Skinny.
too thin and too tall for football. But boy, C.J. Allen made it work there. Okay, in at quarterback, Daniel Bergruff.
Daniel Berggraff in quarterback again.
Handing it off up the middle. Another fumbled exchange, and it could be
Another
Vikings
fumble on the
ball.
Oh, it
Ball
is.
again recovered by the Vikings.
And that was the handoff exchange to the running back.
That's,
Bergruff not able to keep the handle on that football, and now the Vikings take over.
well, when you get a freshman in there playing quarterback, and I'm with you, I wonder if there is something wrong with Tommy Rennie.
Well, I mean, at 38-0, maybe it's time to try some
True.
new stuff.
That is true. That you do try, make some new options.
And we're being told by Bill Geyer, the PA announcer up here, that to look for Bergruff to start throwing the ball. And now the Vikings set on offense, handing it off up the middle again to Golden. Another hard 3
Golden,
yards
nice
by
run.
Golden.
Nice hard run up the middle for about 4.
And again in Kendall Gill at quarterback for the Vikings.
Roush and North on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Gill bringing the play back in from North Kitsap head coach Jeff Weeble.
And you did ask him if Weebles wobble but don't fall down,
No,
didn't you?
no,
Good.
no.
That's actually probably good.
Kendall Gill, certainly young enough to be named after the
Into
Sonic
Gill back
great
in the quarterback for the
basketball player, pitching to
Oh!
Golden, and Golden's going to get
Vikings.
stuffed.
Nice play.
Nice
That's Brody
penetration.
Stromberg.
Stromberg, number 42, breaking through the line and making something happen there on
Morgan
second
Greenwell
down.
helping on the play with Brody.
Stromberg had a great stat line through the last couple of games. He has been very strong on defense.
There are not 11 Vikings in that huddle unless they hit a couple. Yeah, they did. A couple of small guys came out of the group there. Kendall Gill under center. 1 receiver in the backfield. 4 wide receivers in this set. Drops back to pass. He's got a man wide open. Oh, he had the ball and then I think they're going to say
Pass was
incomplete.
incomplete.
He had the first down.
Pass was
The receiver
intended
was
for
wide
Trevor
open
Dennis.
and dropped it.
He did. It's fortunate, actually, he didn't catch and fumble because it was a
Covered by
Bulldog
Dunham.
who ended up on
Hunter.
top of it for them.
So check this out, Kitty. We're getting ready to see our second
We
punt.
got 4th down for the Vikings.
Kyler Gracie going to come in for the Vikings and kick this one away. They had the play
Vikings in for the
designed,
second
Kitty.
punt
They
of the
had
night.
their man open. They had the play right on the money.
Brandon Dunham
A
is
little
deep
bit more
for the
stick 'em
Bulldogs.
on the gloves, and I
Kyler
think next
Gracie
time
in the
they'll
punt for
convert
the
that
Vikings.
3rd down.
Well, and they had the penetration on the defense to get in there, and quarterback kept his calm poise. Great pass right to the receiver. Ooh, look at that one. That's got some distance on it.
Nice high kick, and it's going to get another Viking bounce, and it's going to go nearly to the 20, to the 21-yard line, and
Ball
that's where the
down at
North
the
Mason
20 and a half
Bulldogs will
yard
take
line.
over here at Phil Pugh Stadium, trailing right now 38-0 with 6:24 to go in the 3rd quarter.
You know, those 2 punts have been a
Bulldogs tried their
microcosm
first
of the
attempt.
evening for the Bulldogs.
Daniel
No
Berggraff,
bounce has
your
gone their
Bulldog
way,
quarterback.
including the 2 on the punts.
Good point.
Good distance.
Good point. When things are going your way, they're going your way. Again, I'm Brett Wooler, joined by Kitty Campagna up here. And we'd like to thank the Bremerton Sun for partnering up with West Sound TV. That's westsoundtv.org if you want to check our schedule. And joining us tonight from the Sun, Trent Covert running the stream for us. And on camera, Spencer Anderson. We thank those helping us and the Kitsap Sun as we get set here as the Bulldogs take the handoff, hand it off up to the
Berggraff
big man
hands
on
off
the
to Stromberg.
inside.
Nice
To Stromberg, number
hard run of 2
42.
yards.
I wonder if Brody Stromberg knows
Brought down by
the James Bond classic,
Urquhart.
The Spy Who Loved Me
And
from
Hunt.
1978,
For the Vikings.
where the bad guy was Mr. Stromberg.
Well, long
In the
before his
undersea
time.
thing, remember
Yeah,
that
there you
one?
are.
That was the great one with the underwater car, the white
I do
car,
remember the
sport car.
underwater car, but I can't admit to being able to put which was in what.
Daniel Bergruff now under center. Maybe we'll get to see some of that arm. He's got 2 wide receivers. He's going to hand it off on the inside again, and very little gain, maybe 2 yards.
Hand off again to Stromberg for about 2 yards.
Stromberg is
Brings
going
up
to push them up to 3rd and
3rd
5.
down for the Bulldogs.
I'm liking the effort by the receivers. They've been holding their blocks deep into the territory,
Young on the
but their
stop for
runners
the
aren't
Vikings.
making it that far.
Berghoff now. He's got 2 wide receivers to the outside. Another fumbled center exchange, and down goes Berghoff.
4th down.
And that just could be as simple as him being at least 3rd on the depth chart. We're not sure. We know he's not 1st or 2nd. That he just doesn't get not only him, but the center, they don't get a lot of snaps together.
Not together. I hear
not
that
under pressure.
He was threw for several touchdowns for the junior varsity yesterday.
And we're also being told that that is not the normal center. So add that into your formula, and now you know what's going on. So again,
poor Marsh.
The Bulldogs to kick.
Oh, there's a run into the kicker again.
Little bit of a fumble.
Nice
horse collar.
Bulldogs.
That looked a little bit like a horse collar, but I think he's going to get away with it.
We're going to have a run into the kicker again.
Roughing the punter.
Oh, roughing all the way. So this one's going to be a first down.
And that'll be the 2nd penalty on the Vikings for the kicker. The first one being the running into version. This one, though, the personal foul, which is an automatic first down.
And which is their first down. Although they're going on, maybe they'll start from where it was and then advance it, obviously.
You know, maybe, just maybe,
maybe,
if Berghoff is having so much trouble with the exchange and he can throw the ball, like we're being told, maybe they should try...
Flea flicker?
No.
With him?
Shotgun? 5 yards
shotgun.
deep? Maybe. I'm just
maybe.
saying.
That's a possibility. Yeah, we haven't seen any shotgun.
You know,
that gives the Bulldog a first down.
Leave a running back or 2 in the backfield.
Right. But if
Give
you have
him a little protection.
Brand new center may not be familiar with the shotgun snap.
Tommy Morris in the backfield.
Berghoff now under center, man in motion, takes the snap, pitch out to the right. He's got a hole.
It's Rennie.
It's Rennie, and he will pick up nearly. This could be a first down. It's going to be, I think, about less than a half a yard short. Nice run there. Finally, Rennie breaks one in the open. Number 7, Tommy Rennie, the 5'7", 185-pound junior.
Nice pitch on that as well, getting it right to him.
It will be 2nd down, 1 yard to go. Berghoff again, 3 backs, 2 wide receivers, split right and left. Takes the snap, hands it off, another fumble. Ball still, now it's Viking ball.
On the field.
It's Viking ball, and it's number 9 for the Vikings. Matt Fisher coming up with it. And that was a fumbled exchange to the running back again.
Yep, exactly. They just are not on that same page right now. They finally had a little bit of momentum, looking like they were going to get their 2nd first down right there. And instead, the chains are going to go the other way. North Kitsap with the ball.
North Kitsap leading 38-0, 3:41 to go in the 3rd quarter here at the newly crowned Phil Pugh Stadium. And I guess they have a fairly extensive remodel coming in the off season, so we'll have to check that out next year. North Kitsap running a sweep to the right. Good running by number 35, McCorkle, breaking all kinds of tackles.
Well, they had him 5 yards deep and just could not bring him down. And like you said, it was the effort of McCorkle that made that happen.
Yep, McCorkle will pick up 3 hard yards there after running for his life for about 35 laterally.
He had a little bit of spin. He had some moves. He had it all going.
A.J. Milliard, number 6, quarterback, brings his team to the line, fakes the handoff, looking to throw the ball. He's got a man. Caught and dropped.
And
are they going to say,
flag.
They are going to say a catch and a fumble.
Milliard's pass was complete.
Catch and a fumble.
Burkhart.
And you're saying a flag, Kitty?
I did see a flag over there closer to the sideline, right near the 30.
First down.
There's a white piece of paper down there.
Oh, it's a white piece of paper. It's not the blue. It's been picked up, whatever it is.
Yeah, it was one of the ref's cards. So John Dina says signal ball is placed. Restart the clock. 2:50 and counting here as the Vikings approach the goal line again on their 25-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Milliard drops back. He's going to pass it again. Good pressure, but the Bulldogs run by him, and Milliard takes advantage, running it ahead for about 10 yards, and now they're going to throw a flag. It could be, that was thrown by one of the linesmen. It could be a face mask situation. Was thrown right at the end of the play. We'll have to check in with John Dinas, the referee.
Side judge saw it as well.
And John Dinas face mask, yep, that's what it was. Usually when they're thrown right at the end of a play.
Face mask against the Bulldogs.
It has something to do with the tackle.
Either it had something to do with the tackle or the ref was having trouble locating the flag in his pants.
11-yard line for the Vikings.
So that's going to be 5 yards, so add 5 onto the run by quarterback A.J. Milliard. First down, and they can still get a first down just outside the goal line. Completed pass, but they're going to lose about a yard on that play.
Grant Hunter is one of them in on the tackle for that one.
Grant Hunter and North on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Dan Mitchell making the catch
for the Vikings. Mitchell
You're right.
Reception
they
for the Vikings.
Either lost or right back to the line of scrimmage on that.
Yeah, they lost about a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Milliard again rolling out, looking to pass the ball. Got a wide open receiver, number 81. And it's an easy touchdown.
Viking touchdown.
Urquhart with the touchdown.
Which officially puts
A.J. Milliard.
North Kitsap up by more than 40.
Yep, it's 44-0. Extra point pending here. And A.J. Milliard comes out, does a high five with Kyler Gracie as they get set for this extra point. Snap is back, kick is up. And it is good.
Kick is good.
And your North Kitsap Vikings lead your North Mason Bulldogs here at Phil Pugh Stadium, 45-0 with 1:26 to go. And like Kitty said, we are in a mode now where the clock will only stop at a change of possession or a timeout.
Correct. And a big thanks to our cameraman, Spencer Anderson. He's directly in the window, which we took the screen out of. So it's getting a little cool now. Absolutely no wind here tonight. That flag has just stayed straight up and down all night. Very nice evening for September 16th.
It is, but our summer kind of went away on us this week, didn't
it? Yeah, I noticed that.
And again, back deep for the Bulldogs on kickoff return are C.J. Allen and Grant Hunter. So
Allen, part of the highlight film tonight for the Bulldogs. Really nice run back last time.
And Hunter deep for the Bulldogs.
See if they kick it to
try the other side.
Allen again here. Kyler Gracie tees the ball up. Kyler Gracie is a junior, 5'11", 160, and a great kicker, kicking the 43-yarder earlier. If any of you missed it, right down the middle. I wouldn't be surprised to see him playing some college ball, maybe kicking. So the kick is underway, and they do kick it
and he's
away.
Down.
This time they kick it away from Allen, and Hunter
slipping on the return.
Catches it, slips down at the
5-yard line.
5-yard line, and that's where North Mason will take over here. 95 yards to go to get on the scoreboard.
Only 10 for the first down, though, and that's really kind of what they have to be striving for right now, seeing if they can get some positive yardage. You always want to see if some combination is going to get you what you need.
Well, Daniel Berggraf back in the game here, getting a lot of touches here, the sophomore quarterback, the 140-pound, 5'10" freshman.
Now, if he is the passer, we haven't gotten to see that yet. Really tough spot to pass from at your own 5.
I said sophomore the first time. I meant freshman. See if we can see some of this air Bergeroff we've been hearing about. And it's going to be a short gain there for number 22, Jacob Roush.
Short gain for Jake Roush.
On the carry is going to pick up 2
9.
yards. It's going to be second and a short 9.
And Lincoln
Jake's
Stroud
a senior this
on
year.
stop for the Vikings.
5'11", 160 pounds. He's actually listed as a halfback. Nobody calls them halfbacks anymore, do they?
Halfway, full way, quarter way.
That could be it.
Bergeroff surveying the defense. Puts a man in motion. Pitches out. Got some running room. It's Rennie on the outside, pushing it up to the 16. That's going to be a Bulldog first down.
Rennie all the way out to the 16-yard line.
Brought down by number 21, Grant Lovelace, and number 58, Eric Beatty.
Lovelace and Betty on the stop for the Vikings.
A little bit of
But not until we got another Bulldog.
outside
First down.
running, working somewhat for the Bulldogs here. See if they can keep that going as the teams will switch sides of the field here as we enter the fourth quarter. Again, I'm Brent Woolard, joined
Third
by
quarter
Kitty
is brought to you by
Campagna.
McLennan's
And if
Hardware,
you
especially Dottie.
just joining us here,
Thank you, McLennan's
the
Hardware.
score is 45-0 as we get set to start the fourth quarter at what was North Mason Stadium an hour ago, now Phil Pugh Stadium, named in honor of the head coach who retired after the 2009 season after a couple of decades of coaching football. And we're going to take a short break while our cameraman Spencer Henderson changes the tape. That coach Beavers is going to stick with him. This, this could be, you start this guy all season, even though maybe the team doesn't do so well, he gets some valuable experience. This could pay off in the immediate future. Quick hitter up the middle, nice run by number 42.
Nice run by Brody Stromberg up the middle, nice hard run.
Stromberg again.
All they need to do is look at North Kitsap, A.J. Milliard. Milliard had a really tough year as a sophomore last year as their starting quarterback, and the experience that he got is showing tonight.
I'm looking forward to seeing Bergeroff cock back and hurl
I would
this
like
rock.
to see that, yeah. We've not seen many of the passing variety out of this North Mason team.
Stromberg directly behind Bergeroff. Rennie to his right. Handing it off to Stromberg again, and he'll hit it up the middle for
Stromberg
2.
up the middle, couple yards.
That's going to bring up a manageable, very manageable third and a long one, rather.
Where they've had difficulty with these is that handoff or the exchange with the center.
Well, with Stromberg and Rennie in the backfield, you have the two guys you need to get this done. All you need to do now is execute. Third and a long one. Bergeroff talking to his team here. Puts a man in motion. Pitches out. Gonna get the first down and then some. Number 22 picking up huge yardage and finally being run out of bounds by 78 and 32.
22.
Apologize.
Jacob Roush with the run.
22 yards. That's
The defenders on that were 32 John Morgan and 78 Ryan McGahan, finally pushing him out of bounds. Nice run, though, by number 22, Jacob Roush.
Now, it's more than likely that North Kitsap has some of their other than first stringers in there now, but
Stromberg again powering up the middle, and they're going to mark his forward progress. A gain of just over 8 yards. Now, Kitty, they got something brewing.
That's the second time that they've made it into Viking territory.
It's going to bring up a second and a long one, or a short 2. They got it on the board. 9:44 and counting here. Stromberg up the middle seems to be working for this Bulldog squad, and being scoreless here in 2011, they want to put some points on the board tonight. There's the first down. Stromberg again up the middle.
Again up the middle, up the 45-yard line.
all the stats I'd seen for Stromberg were more defensive earlier, but he's stepping it up here in the third quarter. I guess we're in the fourth, aren't
Well,
we?
you know, we talked a little bit about it with Rennie. When you've got a guy who's athletic and your team's not doing well, you're going to lean on him. So Stromberg, welcome to the offense. Burgraff takes the snap.
I saw Rennie going that way.
Hands it off to Rennie, and he's got the ball on the outside, bouncing it out, almost into first down territory.
Rennie all the way to 35-yard line.
Well, it won't be, I don't think it'll be a first, but it's going to be about a half yard short. They might even check this.
They are awfully close to that marker.
It is right there on the edge.
And he ran out right where the chain gang is, so they certainly shouldn't have to mark it.
First down. Second,
Clock continues to run.
2nd and inches. Nope, now they're saying bring the chains. First down.
We're giving them first down.
Oh.
Now the Bulldogs first down.
Burgraff under center. Stromberg up the middle, 5. Powering ahead at 11 yards. That's going to be another North Mason first down.
Well, one thing you have to notice with both these teams, they're both 2A, but they're still totally different sized schools as far as the number of kids they have out for football. Our North Mason fills one front of a page, and the North Kitsap does a front and back pretty full. So these are all the same guys who are working both offense and defense.
Burgraff under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. Stromberg, fumble! Fumble, it's still loose, and North Mason recovers it.
Recovered by the Bulldogs.
And that's number 22, Roush.
Roush saving the ball for the Bulldogs.
First negative yardage they've had in a long time. It's been a really good set of downs.
Roush.
Key being downs.
Yes, Roush. Well, Stromberg up the middle there for a while. He's gaining about 7 yards a pop. So
definitely.
And we have a stoppage.
And I
timeout. It's going to be a timeout, Vikings.
North Kitsap timeout.
Well, the Bulldogs trying to make it interesting late here, Kitty.
Well, you'd love to see them get on the board. I don't care who you are. It's never fun to start a season without scoring, and to continue that, it's hard to get up and go to football practice every day. These guys work so hard. You know the hours they put in during the summer with weight training, football camps, and then to have this kind of result right now is really disheartening.
Well, you know Jeff Weeble, though. He's saying, look, guys, they're going to hand it to 42, and he's going to run it up the middle. Stop him.
Yeah.
Somebody get some hands on those legs of his.
Because these are guys who are probably his second string, maybe even some third stringers who are getting experience and need to know how to do that as well.
And the shutout for the Viking defense is almost as important as a score for the Bulldog offense.
You are correct. A team coming in here 0-2, the hungrier team were definitely the Vikings tonight. And that, as we can see, that is actually one of the times the clock will stop with a timeout.
Burgraff leads his team to the line. He's got 2 receivers split wide and left, right and left. Drops back. He's going to throw the ball. He's got a man wide open. Oh, and just closing was A.J. Milliard and breaking up the play.
Sponsored by Valley Feed.
He had a man wide open, but Milliard
a little
closed the gap.
More on that particular pass because he had his man beat, definitely.
Nearly picked off.
But they just about collided in the backfield. He and number
7.
Yes.
Rennie.
Rennie, that's the one. They're both playing quarterback together. I would like to see that once, a double shotgun. Just have 2 guys back there and let you guess which one they're going to hike it to.
Never know, right? Burgraff takes the snap, hands it off again to Stromberg, and Stromberg fumbles again, and this time North Kitsap has it at the 28.
Looks like the Vikings recovered.
You could see that on Burgraff afterwards. You knew that he hadn't had a clean exchange.
Yep, and a lot of trouble with the exchange both between the center of the quarterback and the running back tonight. So a good-looking drive there for a while for the Bulldogs as we are under the 6:30 mark here at North Mason at Phil Pugh Stadium. For live Friday Night Lights here via the Kitsap Sun, we appreciate them partnering with West Sound TV to bring you some live high school football here in 2011. I'm Brett Wooler, joined by Kitty Campagna. On camera, we have Spencer Anderson and Trent Covert from the Sun running the stream for us. Doc will be back next week. Kitty, we haven't talked about next week's game. Where are you guys going to be?
First, I was going to give a big shout out to Doc because tonight would not have happened even though he's not here. You can't believe the training sessions he gave me, preparing me for putting all the equipment together, and it's like him handing the baby over. It's very fun. But next week, we have a doubleheader. It's going to be at Silverdale Stadium. First game will be this same North Mason team against Olympic. Olympic also starting out very sad this year with the sophomore quarterback Alex Campana. And then the second game will be a big game. That is Olympia at Central Kitsap.
Now, who are calling these two games?
I'm hoping you might be in part of one of them.
I did not know that was even on the docket. I'm going to have to do that.
That's awesome because Doc was hoping to do number 2 with you.
And we're going to, sorry to cut you off, Kitty, but great defensive play by Roush there as he takes number 2, Isaiah Reese, off the handoff for a huge loss there on first down. So next week, doubleheader, CK Ole. Is that a 7 o'clock start?
In the second one at 7:30.
7:30.
The other one's a 5 o'clock game, and we may give Chuck Stark his debut with West Sound as one of our announcers. He has agreed to do that with me.
So you and Chuck on the first game?
Correct.
And me and somebody on the second?
It's Doc.
Oh, it is Doc?
Doc is pretty excited about that one.
Quarterback Cody Blackmore now for the Vikings. Hands it off.
Good
Weaving
run.
his way through the traffic, almost getting back to the original line of scrimmage is Isaiah Reese, number 2. A change up here for Coach Weeble of the Vikings, bringing in Cody Blackmore, the sophomore, 6 foot, 165-pound quarterback, and giving Isaiah Reese, a sophomore, 5'11", 175-pounder, some time running the ball. So,
Blackmore did come in for a play or two in the first half as well.
but it looks like he might be in for the
might be
duration.
for the rest of this, exactly.
Under 5 minutes to go here at Phil Pugh Stadium in Mason County, Belfair essentially. And now Blackmore under center, 2 backs in the backfield, handing it off to number 9. Big hit up the middle, and that's going to be a first down. Great run by Matt Fisher. Matt Fisher powering through the defensive line and the linebacking core and the safeties and the cheerleaders,
back judge,
and the Gatorade.
yeah, exactly.
Great run there by Matt Fisher.
Well, the previous run had looked like very rugby-like in that the entire scrum was moving forward. This time it was Fisher by himself taking some tacklers with him.
In your program, it should, number 44 would be Tyler Grewell.
Blackmore now under center. Hands it off to 32, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. That is John Morgan.
Morgan on the carry for a loss.
He's going to be dropped for about a 1.5 yard loss, and that's going to bring up
Jacob Roush on the stop.
2nd and 11 for the Vikings here. 3:30 to go. Vikings again leading 45-0.
Vikings have not scored in the fourth quarter, which is a positive for the North Mason guys.
2 punts.
Correct.
2 punts.
We saw some punts. The positives you take to the locker room. And then after, the parties at Leonard K's in Allen for everybody who is celebrating.
If you can hear the sound of my voice. There, another run was looking like it was going to be pretty good. Matt Fisher with the run. He was running up the middle. He gained a couple real quick, and then he saw something that made him try to bounce it outside, and the Bulldog pressure just pushed him right out of bounds. Great job on the defense that time. Going to bring up a 3rd and long. Third and just under 10 yards to go here for the North Kitsap Vikings.
Since they were saying that North Mason was not nearly as quick, that's a great job to string that out. It's difficult to take him to the sideline like that. North Kitsap's coach, Jeff Weeble's got to be happy with this evening. Oh, and as you said, he's looking for the shutout, but he's got to like what he's seen on offense.
Matt Fisher and Isaiah Reese in the backfield now.
Ooh.
Blackmore's going to keep it, and he's going to get a few tough yards up to the 48. And it's not going to be enough for a first down, and that's going to bring
C.J.
on...
Allen and Tyler Grewell on the stop.
Well, I don't know that they're going to punt. I don't see... They're going to go for it here on 4th and 5 with just under 2 minutes to go.
They are changing a lot of personnel, if that's what they're doing.
Well, maybe they changed their mind. Yep, they're sending out. Yes, they are. The kicker is out. Kyler Gracie is out.
We've gotten to say his name a lot of times, and
C.J. Allen dropping back deep.
been a big factor in tonight's game between the extra points, the field goal, 43-yarder. He's done a great job as a kickoff guy and doubled as their punter.
Yep, C.J. Allen back deep. Kyler Gracie putting on a clinic tonight in the kicking game. See if he can make this difficult on Mr. Allen to return, because we know Allen had that great kickoff return earlier. And it's going to be delay a game.
Delay the game penalty against Vikings.
And really at this point, I guess it hurts you a little bit. Not too bad, though. When you're midfield punting.
I'm thinking he wanted it. He needed the extra space. Otherwise, he's sending it out to the end zone.
Or they're just burning the clock as far down as they possibly can.
That could be.
So C.J. Allen back deep for the Bulldogs. Gracie to kick. We'll see if he kicks it to him here. A bad snap. Recovered. Nice job by Gracie to recover. And not going to be a returnable ball. And it's going to be down at the 27-yard line.
Gracie's punt down at
One
the
more
27-yard line.
Great job by Gracie even picking that up, because had he put his knee down when he went to pick that up, he would have been down.
Daniel Berggraf at quarterback.
Surprise, surprise, I see number 42, Brody Stromberg, coming out in the huddle.
Yeah, they did not even stop the clock on change of possession there, so I might have my
40
rules
seconds
off.
to go. We were missing Jacob Roush, who now joins the team on the field.
All the fans from the North Kitsap Vikings.
35 seconds to go and counting here. Stromberg, Rennie, and number 22, Jacob Roush, are your running backs. Berggraf drops back to pass. He's got a man wide open. He's beat the coverage. Caught the ball. Down to the 35-yard line. Better call a timeout, Coach. 12 seconds to go here. And it looks like they did. They stopped the clock. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, there maybe due to a flag. Someone said something about that.
It's going to be against North Kitsap.
There is a flag on the play also.
Looks like it's face mask against North Kitsap.
Face mask will add some yardage to the play.
That'll add tack 5 on.
Exactly. And they are starting that clock again, so they need to be on the line.
So we have 1st and 10 from the 32. Right now, the Bulldogs are scoreless. They want that end zone bad. Berggraf drops back to pass. He's got a man on the sidelines. Oh, he's not going to get out of bounds. Got to call a timeout, Coach. That's it. 0-0-0. Game over. They made it down to the 24-yard line, but saw a little bit of life there in the fourth quarter by the North Mason Bulldogs, Kitty.
Definitely. The score is 45-0 at the end. North Kitsap with the victory. It was nice to see North Mason get some positive yardage and have some really good results on defense. North Kitsap did not score in that quarter. So those are the good things.
All right, we'd like to thank Coach Jeff Weeble and Jeff Beavers, both coaches here for the Bulldogs and the Vikings, for taking some time with us before the game. We'd also like to thank Bill Geyer, the PA announcer, and his spotter up here, Tom Higgins, for helping us out. And we'd also like to thank our own crew. Kitty, thanks.
Well, you know, Brent, I don't think you ever thanked yourself. So thank you, Brent Willard.
You're welcome.
Not Willard, but Willard.
Camera, yeah, if you said, I wasn't going to go there. Spencer Anderson on camera for us tonight. And from the Kitsap Sun, Trent Covert. And running the stream for us, thank you so much to the Kitsap Sun. And remember, folks, Next week, doubleheader starts at
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock doubleheader from Silverdale Stadium. I'm Brett Woolard for West Sound TV and the Kitsap Sun saying thank you, and we'll see you at the next event.